New patch note release, Rustworks not working, and pretty much the majority, if not all of the community are unable to play as of right now, being 7 PM UK time. New skin store, and what is ultimately going to be next for Rust Console. There's actually quite a lot to cover within this video, so sit back, relax, and enjoy it. So first of all, I'm going to be showing off a couple images of what is in the patch notes. This is patch note 2.09. This is written by Pedro Silva. We haven't had one from him in quite some time now, so it's nice to see that they're rotating on who is putting out these, I guess, dev blogs or dev notes. We have the added section. You can pause the video or you can go over to the website and look at this. And then you have community server changes. Then you have gameplay, visual, UI, and other changes. This is actually really nice to see. Now, whilst we haven't had a huge big update, there's actually quite a lot of stuff that has been done, that's been implemented into the official game, and rather than not just the PTB. And to be honest with you, if we had just gotten a tweet and an announcement in the Discord saying that there's a roadmap up and coming and we're going to be adding a lot of stuff to the game, and then put the patch notes out, I think that would have been somewhat more acceptable than the devlog we had just gotten, but beggars can't be choosers at the end of the day, so it is what it is. So there's actually a lot to go through in that patch notes, so by all means pause the video, look through it, and familiarise yourself with the new stuff that's coming to the main branch. Now for the new skin rotation, or the skin store. A lot of people are bigging up this Atlantis architecture thing. I say thing, like skin set. Unfortunately, I had to source images out from other people like you guys because it's a 7 GB update. And if you don't have an Ethernet cable, that's pretty rough. Fortunately, I do, but I wanted to get this as quick as possible out for you guys. So thank you to Dart for this image, and then thank you to SSPLY for this image as well. So the Atlantis pack is the one that people are bigging up. You have the Lunar Snake, which I think I have an image on screen for you right now from the Twitter. Doesn't look that great in my opinion. You got the Steampunk Arsenal, then the Azure Dragon tools. So if you like spending your money on the skins, then by all means go to the store. However, I would rather buy McDonald's, I'm not going to lie to you. And to be honest with you, I'm not even going to lie here, and this would be really evil but good marketing at the same time. I wouldn't even be surprised if when they bring out these skin stores that have, you know, somewhat hefty price tags to them, that they deliberately put Rust Network down so that you have to buy the skins and that's all you can look at. Food for thought there, which then leads us on to the next topic, which that the Rustworks is down. So this basically happens after every big update or content update for the game, and this is something I'm just guessing never going to get fixed. You are going to be literally staring at your screen for about an hour or two. This happens pretty much every time there's a big update coming to main branch. And this is something that I think server owners should take note of, that this isn't the best time to release your server because you're going to have a lot of other servers wiping at the same time, so the player base is going to be split, and as well you're not going to be able to have people actually playing your server. It's happened to me, happened to a lot of people. Something I would recommend or encouraging not to do. Just wipe on Friday. So let's talk about what's next for Rust Console. Now, I harped on about Helis coming to the game because we had the new vehicle controls, and I'm not saying Helis is the only thing that's going to come to the game from this that we've been shown in devlog 35, but I think this just goes for all the vehicles. And I think, in my opinion, this year will be the year of transportation and vehicles coming to the game, because this is a huge update for vehicle controls. And if they're going to bring out a multitude of updates, I mean, this is not even me foretelling of what's going to happen. You just have to look at the updates that we haven't got, and most of them are transports, as well as a couple monuments here and there. We don't have junkyard, we don't have excavator. That's just not coming whilst we have old gen, I'm sorry. Now watch it come to the game, because that's what happened last time. I took the piss out of horses because of old gen, and then horses became a thing, so you know, I might as well bite my tongue at that. However, I do think this will apply to literally all the vehicles that are coming, because we have an overhaul of transportation that has to come to the game, and I think this is a good nod in that direction for a lot of vehicles to come to the game. And as well, if we're looking at helis and cars, let's look at the optimization of the game rather than me being optimistic thinking they can pull it off. They may well can, But let's look at it realistically here because of the optimization of new and old gen and Unity, and you know, maybe the dev team as a whole, they might not be the biggest. Well, they're not the biggest, that's been said. Let's look at it realistically, and that would be motorcycles and something along the lines of that. So motorcycles has somewhat recently come to Rust PC. It's not a brand new thing, but it's not an old thing either. And this is something that would be incomparable, or comparable I should say, to horses that we have currently. It's pretty much the version up, like a tier 3 vehicle if you say, and horses is a tier 1. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got that, because then that would be a smaller watered down version of what cars would be. I might be completely mistaken in my assumption with that. However, I could see motorcycles coming as well as cars if we were going to get that. But we have to remember, Junkyard has been in development for a long time, and I could be going round and round in circles about what is going to come to this game. I've harped on about helis, now I'm going to go on about cars, but we've already seen Junkyard in development, and we haven't sort of seen any leaks coming about cars, so it's best to probably leave that in the dark until we have some further light on it. Now, one thing I really wanted to pick at, and this is something I'm fearful with Rust Console, this is the fact that there's this mentality that I've been hearing within the Discord for Rust Console. I'm not pointing any fingers, well, apart from the mods of the Discord. This is kind of from my experience, but mainly from what people have been coming to me and saying that I've been right in talking about the Discord and this and that. And a lot of people seem to have the same experience of being sort of treated like shit in a way, and we should be glad we're getting a dev blog once every month, and we should be glad that we're getting a patch note once every month or whatnot. Now, just because we get something doesn't mean we have to roll over and take it, almost. Make no mistake, one dev blog a month is perfectly fine. I think if you go on and on and on every single week about what updates could be coming, you're going to find yourself running out of a lot of things to talk about. And that's happened with me on YouTube, just speaking about the game. So one dev blog every month is perfectly acceptable. And maybe one patch note every month is perfectly acceptable. It's just the in-between that there's not enough communication that I've been harping on. I'm saying harping too much, that I've been talking about. And what I'm fearful is that we're going to be given these updates. Let's say Cars is the next update, for example, hypothetically. And they bring out a dev blog about it. And everyone's like, yeah. And they're hyped for it. So you should be. But then there's going to be this mentality of, you can all shut the fuck up now about complaining about the game. The game's going to be great because we're getting cars. That's not really how it works. Just because we're getting something that we've shouted to the rooftops about for maybe a year, couple of years now, because we're coming on to our fourth year of the game, doesn't mean we should now shut the fuck up and be grateful. We should be grateful that, you know, we're getting this update because it's a really good update, hypothetically if it happens. However, at the same time, I would flip the coin and say Double 11 should be very grateful that they have got a community that, one, may be toxic, one, may complain, but two, they are still complaining, they may be toxic, they may still be playing the game, and they may still be replying to you on Twitter or in the Discord. One thing you cannot fault about the Rust community is the fact that they are a diehard community. And they will keep playing the game, whether or not they're being negative or positive, they are still playing the game, and all publicity is good publicity. So, you know, I would go as far as to say Double 11 should be more grateful for the fact that we've stood by them in Rust Console still being a game, because you know, people are trying to boycott buying the skins and buying anything for that matter of the game, and you know, saying to people who are new to the game, don't buy it, don't play it, play something else. So there's still a huge chunk of the community and new incoming players that are playing the game. So, you know, you can say all you want about having to be grateful for an update that should have come probably earlier. They should be grateful as well that there's a community that still stands by them, whether they're negative or positive. And now, because we get one dev blog that has basically got an update that we really want, doesn't mean that Double 11 should go dark. I'm still fearful of the fact that people are going to be happy and overlook the fact. I'm tired. My point is, long story short, I don't want people to overlook that we have had fuck all in terms of communication, and this is going to be brushed over with, let's say, Cars is the update or transportation that we've always wanted, and that's going to brush it over. No. if we get a big update, we still want more communication, we want more transparency, even leaving Easter eggs in the dev blog, like a plane icon or heli icon or a car icon, something that just gives the players a little leadway as to what you're working on. But we haven't been getting that, and that's something that sort of needs to happen if you want the game to thrive. Facepunch, for example, they are weekly making tweets and talking about the game and talking with its community, and I really want Double 11 to do more of that. The content creators can only do so much. Double 11 are the ones making this game, so they're the ones really calling the shots with what they are communicating to their community. So I don't want this next update or the roadmap to brush over the last couple of months that we've had in no communication. You know, that's not going to go under the radar with me anyway. The fact that, oh, we might have, let's say Cars, for example, comes to the game and everyone's happy. Don't forget the past couple of months. I don't want that to repeat. So hopefully with this roadmap, people can get hyped. Maybe the devs can get hyped. I don't know who's calling the shots with how this has been handled. Not been handled the best in terms of situation. But I hope with this roadmap, people get their buzz back about the game. And then this could be a new era for Double 11, being more transparent and communicative to its community. What do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. It's been quite a lot to kind of wrap into this video. I didn't want to go on too long. Again, pause the video if you wanted to look at the patch notes. It's actually been a really good update in terms of patching a lot of bugs and implementing new small things that make up the bigger picture. Make no mistake though, we have still a long way to go. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, join the Discord in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.